Derek with Attitude Industries, and today we're working on the CFMoto ZForce 1000. And with this, we recommend our Attitude Industries fuel controller. It'll crispen up your throttle response and also smooth out your top end. So we're going to go through a quick install video of how to plug this in and where to mount it to get you going. So with the Attitude Industry fuel controller, this is a complete plug-and-play install, no cutting wires. It's one of the easiest installs to do on a vehicle, so we're going to walk you through it real quick. So the first thing we want to do is remove the driver's seat. Just a simple tab on the bottom, and the seat slides right out. So all of our Stage 1 kits come pre-programmed, but in case you need to adjust it ever, we can make this so it's easily accessible. So we recommend using the supplied Velcro. You can mount it on the cover here or up on the back. We're going to use this factory cut hole to feed our fuel injector and ground wires through. So when the seat's installed, this will allow us to undo the Velcro, and we can still put it up front to tune it on the fly if needed. So we're going to go ahead and start by feeding these wires through. So then we just come around to the driver's side rear wheel well. We can locate the wires and pull them up through. We want to run this along with the factory wiring harness and also include the heat shielding. So we're going to pull them up along the frame, use the factory supplied zip ties, and we're going to run it over to the top of the fuel injectors. So to gain access to the fuel injectors, we're simply going to go through the bed. There's a single 10mm bolt, and then you pull out the bed cap. Once we get in there, then we can see the fuel injectors. This is a complete plug-and-play system, so we'll show you the injectors here in a second, but the connector looks just like this one with the wire clip. You're going to push on that, it'll remove it off the injector. Simply plug the Attitude box controller on with the other end plugged into the factory OEM harness. So with this unit, it's a V-twin with a single throttle body, so we're going to follow each one of the fuel lines. There's an injector located up here and here. Simply by following the fuel lines, you'll locate them. We do want to note, though, that there is some of the same connectors located on this motor, so make sure that you plug into the fuel injectors. So we have our wiring harness ran along with our factory OEM harness, in which we'll zip tie up out of the way. The injectors clips are the same as is supplied on the Attitude box. You just simply push on the wire and pull on it, and that'll disconnect the factory OEM harness away from the injector. The OEM harness will plug into our one end of the Attitude box, while the other end plugs directly onto the injector. Just want to make sure that we keep the Y to the front and rear, but there is no difference on which injector this plugs into. So we're going to connect our ground wire right here on this installation. You can put the ground to either the ECU ground or any good place on the chassis, but make sure it's cleaned up with the powder coat so you get a good connection. So just a little quick tip that we want to touch on real quick is leave everything unzip tied, start from your injectors, work your way back forward to the unit because we want to keep the slack up by the fuel controller. So once your unit's all installed, start the vehicle, make sure it lights up. When it lights up, you're ready to ride. So for any more information, check out tunewithattitude.com. And we'd also like to give a shout out to Carl Malone Power Sports in Heber, Utah for letting us shoot the CFMoto 1000 here on site.